Hello doctors, welcome back to the Medico Tube. In today's video we are going to discuss one of the most awaited updates of this season, the NEET PG 2025 result. And if you are visiting this channel for the first time, then make sure you subscribe right now so that every important update, every detailed analysis, and every counseling related guidance reaches you first without any delay. Because here you will always get authentic information explained in simple language. So, stay connected till the end of this video. In this video we are also going to take a deep look at one of the most important developments that has come directly from the Supreme Court, and that is going to reshape the entire counseling process for postgraduate medical admissions in the year 2025. And before we begin, let me tell you that this discussion is not just about dates or simple eligibility points, it is about understanding how the rules have shifted, how the meaning of state quota has changed, and what these changes will mean for thousands of doctors across different states, because the impact is going to be very real on competition levels, on cutoff ranks, and even on the opportunities available in DNB and open quota seats. So stay tuned till the end as we go step by step into this ruling, analyze every angle with clarity, and prepare you with the right perspective for the upcoming counseling season. The biggest question that every doctor and aspirant is asking right now is, when will the NEET PG 2025 result be declared? And the suspense is growing day by day, because after the FMGE June exam results were declared a few days ago, the focus has entirely shifted towards NEET PG. It was very clear from the beginning that the National Board of Examinations would declare the FMGE result first, and only after that the NEET PG result would be released. Now, since FMGE has already been announced around 3 days ago, the countdown for NEET PG has practically started, and candidates are getting restless checking the official website multiple times in a single day. Adding to this curiosity are the continuous holidays, because yesterday was Independence Day, today is Krishna Janmashtami, and tomorrow is Sunday, and many candidates are assuming that because of holidays the result might get delayed. But the truth is that in examination and counseling authorities, holidays do not usually stop the process of result preparation or uploading. The system and technical team continue their work, and the result can be published anytime once it is ready. That is why even if it is a festival or a national holiday, you cannot fully rely on those days to predict whether the result will be released or not. Some doctors are predicting that the result will be out today, others are saying it might come tomorrow, but the reality is that no one can tell the exact date and time, not even the top mentors, until the official website of NBE and NBEMS updates the link. The result publishing is a completely technical process and depends only on when the authorities have completed all verification of data and given approval to upload it. Once that approval is given, the result will appear on the official site without any prior notice, and it can happen during office hours or sometimes even late in the evening. Looking at the trend of previous years, usually the results come around 2 weeks after the examination, and that time frame is already over, so the maturity period has been reached. This means we are in the window where the result can be declared any time, whether today, tomorrow, or within the next few days. So candidates should keep their expectations realistic and their minds calm instead of panicking and spreading rumors on social media about fixed dates. The only safe assumption is that the result will be released within this week, and every hour that passes brings us closer to the announcement. Once it comes, candidates will be able to check their individual scorecards and then start planning for counseling. But until that moment, the best strategy is patience and trust in the official process. Remember that holidays or festivals do not block the digital declaration of results, so stay alert but do not waste energy in constant overthinking. The result is inevitable, it is already prepared or at the final stage, and it can appear at any time, so be mentally prepared for that notification on the official website at any moment. The recent declaration by the Supreme Court regarding the changes in the eligibility criteria for state quota counseling in NEET postgraduate admissions has created a wave of confusion and discussion among candidates, and in this analysis we will go through every detail step by step so that you can clearly understand who will now be eligible, who will lose the advantage, which categories of students will be positively impacted, and which groups will have to face additional challenges in the upcoming counseling process. Until now, the state domicile rule was being used by many states to provide benefits in the state quota, but the Supreme Court has now clarified that just having domicile of a state will no longer make a candidate eligible to claim those additional advantages, and only those who have actually completed their MBBS from that state, whether in a government medical college or in a private medical college, will be considered for the state quota seats. This direction is extremely significant because it will change the entire competition pattern in more than 14 states which previously allowed domicile candidates to participate without necessarily having completed their MBBS from within the state. To put things in perspective, let us first understand what the state quota means. In almost every state, the state quota includes all the government seats in the government medical colleges plus the government category seats in the private medical colleges. For example, in states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnatak, there are separate counseling processes like the competent authority quota, category A, category B, and the general merit quota, where the government seats in private medical colleges are also considered under the state quota. So far, domicile candidates of those states were also eligible to compete for such seats even if they had completed MBBS in another state, which resulted in multiple layers of benefit because a candidate could claim participation in the state quota of the state where he or she had domicile as well as in the state where he or she had studied MBBS. Now, according to the new ruling, such dual advantage will not be allowed anymore. If you have only domicile of a state but did not study MBBS there, you will not be able to participate in the state quota seats of that state, and you will be limited to the state where you actually pursued your MBBS course and the All India quota. This change will affect a large number of states including Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Tripura, West Bengal, and Karnatak, altogether 14 states where domicile-only candidates were eligible earlier but will now lose this eligibility. The practical implication is that those who have completed MBBS from these states will see reduced competition in their state quota counseling because the crowd of outside candidates who were entering only on the basis of domicile will no longer be competing for those limited number of government category seats. As a result, the cutoff ranks in government medical colleges and in government quota seats of private colleges are likely to improve significantly for genuine state MBBS graduates. Let us consider an example. In Karnatak, the general merit quota in private colleges under government seats used to have cutoffs extending up to 25,000 rank last year, and those seats were being taken not only by Karnatak MBBS graduates but also by candidates who had completed MBBS from another state but satisfied domicile rules such as having studied 10 years in Karnatak. Now with the new rule, those 10-year education-based domicile candidates will no longer be eligible, and therefore the competition will reduce. Consequently, the cutoff may stretch higher to 30,000 or even 35,000 depending upon the number of candidates reduced, thereby allowing more Karnatak MBBS graduates to secure a seat in their own state. Similarly, in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana where the category A seats in private medical colleges are considered equivalent to government quota, the removal of domicile-only candidates will again reduce the crowd, and those who studied MBBS in the state will have better chances this year. The same holds true for states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal where earlier domicile was sufficient for eligibility. Now, let us classify the impact into two categories. First, The positive impact. Candidates who have completed MBBS in these 14 states will now enjoy a direct advantage because the pool of competitors will be smaller. On top of that, if such candidates also belong to a reserved category like OBC, EWS, SC, or ST, and at the same time hold domicile of the state, then they will enjoy a double benefit. Their category reservation will apply only if they have domicile of that state, but since they also have MBBS from the state, they fulfill both conditions, and therefore they will be eligible for both the seat advantage and the reservation quota advantage. For example, a student belonging to OBC category with domicile of Andhra Pradesh and MBBS degree from Andhra Pradesh will be able to compete for OBC reserved seats in state quota, whereas earlier, even those with just domicile but MBBS from outside could also enter the pool. Now that group is excluded, so genuine local MBBS graduates with domicile will have a clear edge. Second, the negative impact. Candidates who earlier relied only on domicile to get a seat in another state will now lose that pathway completely. Suppose a student from Uttar Pradesh had domicile of Karnatak based on 10 years of education and was earlier able to take admission in Karnatak under the government category seats. This year, that student will not be eligible, and therefore will have to depend entirely on the All India 50% quota or on DNB courses. This shift will increase the competition in DNB seats as more such candidates will try to secure a postgraduate seat through that route. Similarly, more candidates will now crowd the All India counselling process since they no longer have access to state quota seats. In addition, many such candidates will move towards open state quota seats, that is the management quota seats available in private colleges where domicile and MBBS place of study do not matter. As a result, the open quota seats in states like Karnatak, Andhra Pradesh, and some low-budget colleges in Bihar or other states will see increased demand, pushing up competition and possibly even the budget in some of those colleges. To summarize, there are clearly two groups who will benefit. Group 1 is candidates who completed MBBS in the 14 affected states. Group 2 is candidates who have MBBS plus domicile plus reservation category in those states, since their competition has reduced significantly. On the other hand, the group negatively affected includes those who previously counted only on domicile to secure a state quota seat without having MBBS from that state. They will now be forced to shift towards DNB, All India quota 50% seats, or open quota management seats. This will redistribute the crowd and could also impact cutoffs across these categories. For example, the reduced competition in state quota will lower cutoffs there, but increased competition in DNB and open quota will raise cutoffs and budgets there. Foreign medical graduates, on the other hand, will not be able to claim any state quota benefit at all, since they do not have MBBS from an Indian state, but they can still compete in the All India quota, DNB, and open quota seats where domicile is not a factor. Now, one important point remains about the timing of results. The result declaration timeline is always uncertain. While the examination was completed, the result may be declared anytime because usually it takes around 2 weeks, and that period is already over. Some candidates are speculating that the results may come in a few days, while others believe it could be announced even sooner, but nobody can predict the exact day. What can be said with confidence is that the result is very near. Another issue being discussed is whether the exam was easy or difficult. Many candidates initially felt that it was manageable, but after matching with recalls they realized that there were several tricky questions where mistakes might have happened, so the scoring may not be as high as expected. Therefore, while there may be some inflation in marks, it is unlikely to be very drastic. Candidates should stay calm and wait for the official declaration. Overall, this Supreme Court ruling will redefine the counselling landscape for NEET PG 2025. It brings fairness by ensuring that only those who have actually studied MBBS in a state can claim its state quota, thereby protecting the merit of genuine students of that state. At the same time, it removes the undue advantage that some candidates were enjoying by simply using domicile rules to access multiple state quotas. The end result is a more balanced distribution of opportunities, but with clear shifts in competition from state quota to DNB, All India quota, and open quota. Candidates need to analyze these changes carefully while planning their counseling strategy, because understanding where the competition has reduced and where it has increased will make all the difference in securing a postgraduate seat this year. So this was today's detailed discussion on the Supreme Court update and its direct impact on NEET PG 2025 counselling, and I hope you got complete clarity on how these changes are going to affect the entire admission process. And if you found this video helpful, then make sure you share it with your friends so that they also stay updated. And if you are still new here, then don't forget to subscribe to the MedicoTube, because every important update, every cutoff analysis, and every counseling strategy will continue to come here first. And with that, I will see you very soon in the next video with another detailed breakdown. Till then, stay focused, stay positive, and all the best for your journey ahead.